Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of Arrivals, soon to be Beyond Light intel. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through a 0-hour heroic time glitch. This can be used to get your Outbreak perfected or the Catalyst before time runs out at the end of the season, as some of you might know that this mission will be disappearing at the end of the season and the Outbreak perfected might not ever be available again. The future of this exotic is unknown. So take advantage of this now. I'm going to get to all the information regarding this glitch in just 1 second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And if you're looking for help getting a 0-hour or the heroic version done before time runs out at the end of the season, I encourage everybody to go ahead and join the Discord channel, which is also linked in the description box. And as always, if you stick around till the end of this video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Okay, so this glitch can be done solo, but I actually think it's better done with at least one person with you, and I think that the best way to get this whole adventure or mission done as quick as possible is simply to do it with a 3-person group. But this glitch can be done with one person on their own, and it's probably the fastest way is to just send one person to do this while the other 2 people do this thing normally. So I have talked about this before on my channel last month, but I still keep seeing people requesting information on the best way to do this, so I figured I'd reiterate it now before the season is really breathing down our necks and you don't have any time to do this ever again. So I'm just going to narrate it as we do it. I was doing this by myself, but you won't be able to finish this entire thing by yourself, as you will need to do a couple of other things, primarily defeat all the ads over the course of this entire mission before you can actually trigger the ads at the boss room, and you have to actually finish all the ads in the boss room as well as the boss to get your Outbreak. But one person will do what you're seeing right now, which is head over to this section. Hopefully you're a Warlock or a Titan, is probably going to be the easiest way to do this. And follow the path that I'm showing you. You are going to go under this barrier. Your teammates will be finishing off the ads in this room and the next room, but you're going to jump ahead. As I said, the jumping puzzle is the toughest part. Activate Heat Rising and drop underneath the map, underneath the barrier, and over to this ledge. Once you're in this ledge, you're going to go over this other little brick and down this gantry, and then jump into the unknown through this load zone. You'll load into the tower hangar. I also suggest everybody lower their frame rates to 30 FPS if you're doing this on a PC. Through this second load zone into the tower watch, through this attic spacing here, and then up into this corner. Turn around and jump straight up till you see this little corner, and then I would suggest dodging back towards the direction in which you came. This will get you up onto an invisible ledge. Crouch and make your way through to this gantry, and you've essentially gotten through the first 3 sections. You can then go through this normally. Now this is great if you just want to get better or more efficient at the jumping puzzle, but it's also great because that one person can move ahead of everybody else and get through the jumping puzzle into the boss room and actually start defeating the boss. Also, you can trigger all the bridges for your teammates coming behind you. And like I said, you can do this with 2 people. So if 2 people get really good at that out-of-map glitching, you can actually send 2 people ahead of you. The person in the back can take their time defeating those next 2 rooms. They don't have to be particularly quick, because by the time they're done, these 2 people will most likely be at the boss room and they can just start doing damage to the boss. Now the rest of this is just the normal way you would go. Even if you die once you're through the glitch, you'll still respawn in the normal space, so you don't have to really worry about that. And if done properly, I would say the normal run, even with some proficient players, might only have about 4 minutes at the very end, sometimes maybe 5 minutes, to clear out all the ads and defeat the boss. Using this, I would say you can have up to 7, maybe even 8 or 9 minutes. But like I said, I think the best method is still send one person through, the person who's the best at the jumping puzzle, have them get to the boss room, have the other 2 people finish off those first 2 ad rooms, the one with the tank and the one you saw me just sort of skip. Have them make their way through. They'll probably join you by the time you defeat the boss. Don't even focus on the boss at first, just focus on all the ads. Clear as many of them as you possibly can, maybe the 2 tanks. You'll have your teammates join you, and the whole thing will be done before you know it. I've helped many people, or I've seen many people get their Outbreak done this way. It definitely is the most proficient way. Using a Heat Rising Warlock, I also suggest, is probably the best class to do this, because they can sort of float and cheese a lot of these other mini jumping puzzles. They definitely are the easiest to use when getting through any jumping puzzle. You can activate the bridges there for your teammates behind you. I also think getting underneath the map, underneath that barrier, is probably the easiest done with the Warlock. The Titan might not have too difficult a time if they bring a sword with them. There is another place, if you're a hunter, that allows you to jump in there. That would require you, instead of jumping from the corner of that gantry where it meets the barrier, jump from the opposite side of the gantry and sort of jump your way over from the left side versus the right side. It's a little bit more difficult, but I've seen players do it. My buddy Sinister proved me wrong and did it with his hunter. So, like I said, if you're solo, I would suggest just get better at the jumping puzzle. Go through this a couple of times. Get proficient at the glitch section. Lower your frame rate down. Like I said, I have mine at 30 FPS. I'm playing on a PC. But for some reason, if your FPS is too high, when you die at that one particular loading zone after the jump loading zone, that is the tower hangar loading zone, you will die there and you'll get teleported back to right after, I believe, the tank fight, which still isn't bad, but it's not as quick as this, where you'll just be able to continue forward and you don't have to wait to revive. So make your way down the rest of the way as normal. I will go through one more thing that isn't really necessary as far as the glitch is concerned. It's just a good strategy for the Trevor room. I've seen a lot of people use sort of different pathing for this, but like I said, if you're just practicing this, this is another thing that you're going to want to run through at least a couple of times. But it definitely is the fastest way for a singular person to clear the room with Trevor in them. These fans are another area where if you've never done this, I would suggest just practicing it a few times. Always use heat rising for these long rooms. And I would suggest top tree solar warlock for most of this, but I would actually use your super right as you get to the boss room, if you are the lead person, and then switch over to Well of Radiance, because that'll come in handy, and you might even get a full supercharge, because I'm sure your teammates will catch up with you and they'll pop their supers, and then you'll have another super, and that's the best way to chain supers once you're in the boss room. And now once you drop down into the hallways with Trevor, go to the left first. Hit this switch. Then continue forward. Go left again. Hit this second switch. And then you're going to backtrack. Cut across the middle. And jumping on these pipes can be a little bit tricky, so another good thing to practice. Head to the right. Hit this switch, then backtrack again. Head back to the right, again, backtracking. Hit this switch, that's all 4. Then move again to your right, let Trevor pass. Head out, take a right. Move around the corner, jump over this little electric that you'll see. I don't know if it'll stop you, but I would suggest just jumping down and to the right, and you're through. Head up the elevators. If you've never done this before, there are several elevators. Any of them activated will let you traverse up. And if you're really good at jumping, you can make this section a little bit quicker. Again, I wasn't being super fast here, just taking my time. Head to this little symbol, open this secret door if you've never done it before. And now of course we get to the pattern on the floor room. These patterns rotate. There's 3 different options. This was the pattern on this day. I don't know if it'll be the pattern on the day that you see this. But if you Google search 0-hour floor pattern rotation, it'll only be one of 3. So maybe figure that out before you go in, but even if you don't, process of elimination, you can figure those out. The interesting little cat statue. And you'll be into the boss room. Now, I was doing this without clearing the first or second 2 rooms, so the boss never spawned for me in this particular run. But like I said, if you leave 2 teammates behind to clear out those 2 rooms, you'll get here with plenty of time to finish off the boss and the ads, and by the time your teammates join you, you'll be able to just sort of nuke the boss. That's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you found this helpful, and hopefully you get your Outbreak perfected or the Catalyst done before it leaves us, possibly forever by the end of the season. For the secret hashtag, leave a 0-hour or hashtag 0-hour or a hashtag BeyondLight or a hashtag Outbreak perfected. And again, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Little